Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Breakthrough Incorporated and Homes for You. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Well, welcome to the holiday edition. It's not Thanksgiving. What is it?
Halloween.
Halloween. Okay. The joke is on Kent. Okay. My story every single day. We have a really packed program today. Great people coming in. Great information for you. First of all is our guest, who usually comes on the first Wednesday of the month. But that's next week on the 7th, and we would miss some of the great things going on in Spokane. So Kate Hudson is here from Visit Spokane. And then Michael Cathcart from Better Spokane is going to be here. We're going to talk about some of the bond issues and so forth, and especially the North Bank Sports Complex and the importance of voting B. That's B as in A, B. And then Shelly O'Quinn is here with Innovia Foundation. I probably have screwed that up, and she will correct me when she comes in, I'm sure. We're going to talk about it's the old community foundation with new name, new look, and great staff and all the things they do. And then Megan Hulsey, who is one of the hosts of the Startup Spokane here on our station, is going to talk about Startup Weekend, which is a little bit later this month. And Connor's calling the weather next on the Pulse of Spokane.
Hello Spokane, this is Connor from Spokane Talks Online with your 5-day weather forecast. Today is going to be rainy skies with a high of 49 and a low of 42. Tomorrow will also be rain with a high of 54 and a low of 46. Friday will also be rainy skies with a high of 58 and a low of 38. Saturday will bring us mostly sunny skies with a high of 52 and a low of 40, while Sunday will be rainy skies with a high of 53. Thank you guys for listening in, and I hope you have a great day.
Hi, I'm Larry Myers, owner of River Ridge Hardware. Welcome to our garden center here on the corner of Garland and Driscoll. We have fresh plants that come in weekly from all of our local growers. We can make your garden look like our garden. Here at River Ridge, we've been here 30 years. We're your full-service neighborhood hardware store. This is our sprinkler aisle, where my knowledgeable staff will help you put together your sprinkler system so it will make your yard lush green for the spring and summer. This is River Ridge Hardware's rental center, where we provide a multitude of equipment for rent for the do-it-yourselfer. Next time you're working on your home or yard this spring and summer, stop by, say hi, and we'll help you get the project done.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
Hello there, Internet. My name is Braden Magruder, and I'm just coming out of the Spokane Talks building, and I'm excited to bring to you guys a new announcement that I am going to be the new host of the Youth Spotlight program. Now, our old host, Colin, he's off to Texas Christian University to pursue a degree in theater and broadcasting, and you know what? That's great for him, but that's what I like to call adulting. And you know, I don't think that we have time for adulting with the Youth Spotlight program. What the Youth Spotlight program is here to do is to bring to you guys news, the greatest news of some of the most amazing people here throughout Spokane that are, just going in high school, maybe about to go into college, you know. These people are achieving life's dreams, and they are so young, and I think that these are stories that you guys should know about, and I'm so excited to be bringing them to you. Now, I'm a Spokane native myself. I've been performing throughout Spokane in various different shows. I just closed the show of Music Man, and you know, I guess I like long walks on the beach, keeping my business attire, while also keeping my French fry socks on close at hand. You know, it's going to be a great year, and I'm so excited to be your guys' host. So tune into Youth Spotlight to watch me interview some of the most amazing people. Thank you and have a great day.
Well, welcome back. Kent Adams here. It's a great day. We're kind of changing on the weather, as you saw. We're getting a little cooler and a little wetter and all that. It's like it's fall or something. Kate Hudson from Visit Spokane.
Hi.
It is. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Now, we were talking during the commercial break. There's somebody that we both know, but you happen to be married to him,
Yes.
that turns 50
Yeah.
tomorrow, right?
Big 50.
How is he handling his last day in the 40s?
He's doing okay.
He's doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Age doesn't seem to bother him that
Yeah.
much.
Well,
so
good.
He's very stoic about it.
All right.
But I've been giving him a really hard time.
Oh, well, and I'm going to put something out on Facebook a little bit later. We have to
You
give
will
him a
love
bad time. Tom Hudson, in case you don't know who that is. Hey, a lot of great things continue to go on here in Spokane, and I mentioned that we're going into the fall with the weather and everything else. That also means a lot of fall activities, doesn't it? And the first one might be the symphony.
Yes, the symphony is in full swing. They did the Harry Potter concert over the weekend. Went to that with my kids, and they absolutely loved it.
Oh, good, good.
And so this weekend we have Spokane Symphony Classics #4.
Okay.
And they're doing Brahms and Sibelius.
Okay.
So they will be joined by a piano duo, Silver and Garberg, and it should be a fantastic concert. Martin Woldson Theater at the Fox, and they always put on a great show. And you can't go wrong at the
No,
Fox Theater.
no.
It's stunning in there.
We have some beautiful venues around
Yes.
town, don't we? And speaking of that, this morning I drove by on my way to the studio, the Bing, and there's something going on there too.
Yes, Christian Youth Theater is
Yes.
doing their annual fall
And aren't they the
musical.
oldest theater
believe so.
group here in Spokane? I think they beat the Civic Theater by a year or two.
I think you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yes, and they do a fantastic job.
Yes.
These kids are so talented
Yeah.
and they work so hard. And my kids love going to their shows. And they will be doing Shrek the Musical this weekend and next weekend.
Okay.
So you have 2 weekends to go and check them out. And the tickets are affordable. And the Bing Theater, you can't go wrong there.
No, no.
It's wonderful acoustics in there. It's very intimate, so you get
Yes.
you feel like you're just right there on the stage. Tickets are $12 to $16.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
not bad.
You know what bothers me the most?
What?
These young kids have so much talent.
I
I'm a little
know.
jealous. Are you?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
yeah,
you
but
know
you
what?
got all their talent and then some. So.
You are old and talented.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks. They're laughing. They're laughing in the other room. Okay, it's time to get Kent today. I can see that. There's a group that I kind of remember. ABBA coming
Yes.
to town.
Yes, this is also symphony.
Okay.
But there's going to be an ABBA tribute band.
Okay.
It's going to be performing with the symphony at the Martin Woldson Theater at the Fox November 10th.
Okay. So what are some of their classics?
Okay, we've got Take a Chance on Me,
Okay.
Dancing Queen.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's okay. Well, that's good. That's 2
I'm
more
young
than
and-
I could remember.
I'm young and fresh, so I don't remember these
Oh
things.
Lord, oh Lord. Okay, with an older husband that's getting older tomorrow. Okay, and then for those who want to go to ABBA and then maybe need a drink after that.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, on November 11th,
Okay.
Cochinito, which
Okay.
is a delightful new restaurant downtown in the old Nico's Greek restaurant.
Oh, okay, okay,
building For
yeah.
those Spokanites who have been here for a while.
Yeah.
Wonderful tacos. They are hosting a wine pairing dinner with
Okay.
Tempest Wine Cellars. And for $75, you get a 6-course meal and
Ooh.
wine pairing. So
Ooh.
these are really fun. Cochinito does these quite often.
Yeah.
The Eat Good group, which is Adam Hegstead, he does these a lot as well at his restaurants at
right.
the Wandering Table and all sorts of food pairings. Spokane has a great culinary scene.
That's just what I was going to say. We really, and I think I've said this to you before. When my wife and I moved here with 2 of our 4 kids that we have, they're all grown. There was like Sherry's and Perkins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And now, whatever your flavor that
Yes.
you want,
You can find
You can
ramen,
find it. You can-
find all these
yeah.
wonderful things.
Yeah, I
and
love it.
It's artistry and food, and
Right.
it's really fun and affordable. That's the thing
Yeah.
that's nice. I was hosting some writers in from San Francisco
Yes.
a couple weeks ago, and they just kept saying, "Oh my goodness, is this really the cost?
Yes.
Because it was so affordable and the food was amazing. They were very impressed. So,
And then they write good things, don't they?
They do. That is my hope.
All right.
Anyway.
Something's coming to Northern Quest.
Yes, and I'm very excited about this one.
Yes.
I'm going to this one.
Okay.
Air Supply.
Okay.
November 15th, Northern Quest Resort and Casino. If you don't remember their songs, we've got Making Love Out of Nothing at All.
Okay.
Lost in Love.
I'm going to guess you can come up with at least 3 now on this
You won't
one.
be all out of love
Okay.
for this concert.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
I have tickets, and I'm going to embrace it. That 80s love ballad.
All right. All right.
great.
You're just going to kind of scope out a little bit, huh? And
Yeah.
Now, will Tom go with you on that?
Yes, he's
Okay.
going with me.
Okay.
And, you know, my older sister and I used to listen to this album over and over again on
okay.
family road trips.
Oh, so
in
you
the
know
summer.
it all, don't you?
So I know all the
oh,
songs.
Lord. Poor Tom.
This
we'll
is
be,
aging
we'll,
me.
We'll be thinking of you, Tom. You know, one of the things I follow John Davidson, who was a singer and actor and TV personality years ago. He's like 75 now or something. And he was in Finding Neverland, which is, he won't be in it, but the play,
Yes.
the musical, is coming to town this
Yes.
November.
Yep. It used to be called the IMB Performing Arts
Yes.
Center. It's no longer. It's now the First Interstate, and they've been renovating it all summer.
Yes.
It's finally done. The big unveiling is November 5th.
I was going to say, I
just
haven't
in
seen it.
time.
Yeah, we got to get invited to that.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Well, get me an invite, okay?
All
All
I'll
right.
see if I can talk to somebody.
Okay. You know everybody in town.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, okay.
But Finding Neverland,
Yes.
it's the West Coast Entertainment, Best of Broadway, back in business. It's got a fresh, shiny new venue, and Finding Neverland will be
That's
here
great.
November 15th through the 18th.
We saw something on TV the other night. I think it might have been promoting this. My wife looked at me. She said, I hope they're updating that old opera house. And I was able to tell her it's been closed all summer, and that's exactly what they're doing. She said, oh, great.
Yep.
Let's go. So,
Yeah, it's fantastic,
Yeah.
and they've rearranged some of the seating so it's not the big long.
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
stuck in the middle
Oh,
and you have to go
God.
to the bathroom and you have to walk through.
yeah,
No,
and
those days
the
are
lights
over.
dim
Yeah.
on and off because it's time to get back to your seats and you're still in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
Been
they
there, done
rearranged
that.
They put in new windows.
Oh,
all
nice.
sorts of new artwork.
Oh, great.
It should be phenomenal.
That-
I'm excited to see it.
Now, a lot of things coming up because we're getting
Yes.
close to the holidays,
Right, I
aren't we?
did a little holiday alert roundup here.
Yes, yes.
So November 16th, Santa arrives at River Park Square.
Right.
November 24th, Riverfront Park tree lighting ceremony.
Okay.
Then on the 27th, we have the Christmas tree elegance beginning at the historic Davenport
Yes,
Hotel.
yes.
And then on November 30th, I'm very excited. I've been getting to help Downtown Spokane Partnership and the Davenport
Yes.
with this. We're bringing back the old Crescent
Yes.
holiday window displays.
Yes.
We've been working on it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm very excited to say that they will be on display on the south side of the Grand Hotel.
Ah, okay.
On Main Street there.
Yes,
So
yes.
you will see it, and it will be wonderful, and hopefully it will bring back memories for people who grew up here.
Well, we start within the next 2 weeks doing a couple monthly programs with the Downtown Spokane Partnership, and this is one of the things that's
Yes.
on the agenda. And we're also going to do a live video on one of the carriage rides
Oh, fun.
around town.
Yes.
Just some of the fun things that are going on to highlight. You know, we can sit and talk about it, but to actually go out and do it. And I was here. We moved here when the Crescent was still here and doing the Crescent windows and all of that. So it's time to bring the grandkids. You know.
I think it's going to be wonderful, and I'm excited to be a part of it and to have helped out. It's just fun.
Now, there's a place people can go to get all this
Yes.
information and more.
Visit
right?
Spokane.com.
Okay.
Just click on the events. There are hundreds of events
Right.
listed. So I just grabbed a few. 'cause
I know.
knew we didn't have a ton of time.
I know.
today.
I know. We moved you up a week and on a busy day, so
So.
go to the website and get the
Yes,
information.
there's
All right.
a ton going on.
Thank you very much, Kate. Good to have you here.
Thanks.
All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with Michael Cathcart in Better Spokane right after this.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Is your child having trouble coping with a personal disability, but Don't know where to go? Consider our friends at Breakthrough Incorporated. Breakthrough takes great pride in mentoring their DDA clients who have intellectual disabilities and their BRS clients who have challenging behaviors toward the creation of safe, appropriate, ethically sound life goals. They integrate programs at school and home to enrich their lives. They work hard to make a positive difference in you and your family's lives. Breakthrough provides a highly structured, fully staffed residential setting in local neighborhoods, 6 in Spokane and 2 in the Tri-Cities. Diagnoses affect people differently, so their service to each resident is unique, giving them the opportunity to grow and evolve. For more information on Breakthrough, visit their website at breakthroughincorporated.org.
I really like the shower.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Take your time.
Welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams here. Last day, it's Halloween of October. Then we move into November. Michael Cathcart from Better Spokane. Can you believe tomorrow is November? Did we miss something somewhere along the line?
Yeah, this year has just flown by. This month is just flying, and it'll be New Year's before we know it.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes. And with Kate, we were just talking about the holiday things. And it's like, that's not that far off. You know, the 16th of November is 2+ weeks away.
No, I realize that. And we were just joking in the green room, you know, how early the Christmas stuff is starting.
Yes.
Just earlier and earlier every single year.
Yes, yes.
So pretty soon it'll be August, and it'll be celebrating Christmas.
Well, yeah, I think there's Christmas in July.
That's right.
Some organizations and so forth, too. Hey, the one thing I wanted to talk to you about today that I think is really important, there are a couple bond issues on the ballot, and one is for the libraries and one is for the schools.
Right.
And then there's a third choice, which is an advisory vote. Explain what that is.
Yeah, so it's important for folks to know there's a stadium that's being decided by the voters, and if the school bond passes, then the funding for that stadium will be approved.
Okay.
That's in the school bond measure. But to determine where the new stadium will go is up to an advisory measure, and that advisory measure basically says, do you want to put a new stadium on the current site of where Joe Albi currently sits, because Joe Albi is going to be torn down. That is going to happen. Or do you want to site it in a central location on the north bank of the Spokane River?
Yeah.
And so we are strongly advocating for the North Bank option, the central stadium option, which is option B on the ballot.
And we were talking during the commercial break. It seems so obvious to me on the choice.
Yeah.
And it's the B, meaning downtown.
Right.
But I'm going to guess that there are probably some opposition to doing anything. There are always the I don't want it, I don't want to spend a dollar kind of thing. And let's just push them off to the side and hope they don't vote, honestly. But anyway, did I say that out loud? Yeah, I did. But then there is the tradition of a couple generations up at Joe Albi.
Yeah.
But it's really a single-use facility that's no longer really usable.
Right.
And so do we replace it up in that part of town, which means the traffic going through there to get up there and all of that? Or do we put it downtown where we have the synergy of the arena, the
incoming sportsplex, the revamped Riverfront Park.
Yes.
You got the convention centers right there. I mean, it is just, you know, I'll tell you, Kent, this issue is so exciting, I think, for Spokane.
Exactly.
I am so enthused that I get to help, you know, lead the charge to try and pass this ballot measure, because I think it's really important for Spokane's future, quite frankly. We'll have so many opportunities if this thing is able to get passed. And I think what the biggest opposition that we face, there's no organized opposition, but the biggest opposition.
There are naysayers out there, and there will be on anything.
It's a tough campaign, and the reason being that there's a lot of confusion around the language of the ballot measure, around the facts that exist. You know, a lot of folks think that by voting for A, they're voting to rehab Joe Albi. That's not the case.
Right.
Joe Albi is being torn down. And
Okay.
we can't reiterate that enough. It's
Right.
going to be torn down.
Right.
And so I just think there's so much confusion around the way this measure is going to move forward. And so what we have to do is combat some of that stuff. We got to put a lot of facts out there, make sure folks are paying attention. You know, we don't have it easy. There's a very heated congressional race that takes a lot of attention from folks and the media.
Right.
The media has not covered this issue, what I would say, to a satisfactory level.
Right.
Thankfully, there was a great op-ed from Mark Richard with the Downtown Spokane Partnership and Eric Sawyer at the Sports Commission.
Right.
And I think that laid out a lot of great facts. On Saturday, the Spokesman Review published the image that we had created thanks to Trek Architecture and Verdine over there.
Right.
And I don't know if you guys have it, if you can put it on the screen for folks to see.
I think
but
we can. Yes.
It's breathtaking. This image is just incredible.
And there
what
it
we are
is.
going to
Yes,
see.
yes.
Yeah. It's absolutely amazing what they were able to put together. It looks real. It looks like it's already there.
Yeah, I know.
And so we're just so excited about this. But, you know, we have to make sure that folks understand, hey, the parking issue, that's one thing people bring up.
Right.
Guess what? There's ample parking. They did a parking study, and they discovered that there are 5,000 additional parking spaces nearby that have not been available to the public previously.
Oh, okay.
Well, the city is in the process now of working with the property owners to make those available
to get
during
access
events.
to that. Okay,
they already
great.
have letters of intent signed to create access for 1,400 of those spaces.
Right.
And they continue to work to create access to others. And so it's the parking issue is really a non-issue. There's some discussions out there that we need a taxpayer-funded parking garage. Not true. We do not need one.
We've kind of been through that once before.
Right. Rick Romero with the city, who's probably the smartest guy in all of City Hall, in my opinion. You know, he just did an interview at the Inlander yesterday and said, you know, he thinks it would be irresponsible to build a garage because it's so unnecessary.
Right.
And so I just think it's really important for folks to understand, one, parking is not going to be an issue downtown. Two, I get the sentimentality around Joe Albi, and of course that's something that folks will, you know, they have emotional ties to it, but the economic impacts of putting it in this central location are just amazing. We can one, get the school district out of the facility management business, which is huge, I think.
Right.
Put it in the hands of the PFD, the Public Facilities District. They know what they're doing. This is their
and
job.
they got staff and the expertise to do that.
Absolutely. And they can manage and make sure that there's not too many overlapping events and manage for the congestion and all that. So it's great. But the economic impacts, we're looking at less than $900,000 a year by putting it where Joe Albi is. But to put it downtown, we're looking at 2.2 to 6.1 million in real dollars that are ending up, you know, coming into our local economy.
Wow.
And so it's just really important, I think, that folks understand that the central option is just huge for Spokane's future.
I don't know why anyone would vote other than B, to be honest with you, and that's my opinion.
Absolutely.
I think back to the old barn day of the old arena,
Right.
if you will, whatever we called it. And I remember sitting next to somebody at some event, and they said, well, you know, we really need a new one. And I'm going, yeah, we just had a bond issue, and it didn't pass a few months ago. Yeah, I voted against it. And it was like, okay, we had a discussion for a couple minutes. Okay, sometimes we have to stand up for the next 40 or 50 years. And we've done that with Riverfront Park.
Absolutely.
We're doing that with other things around town, the sports complex we're talking about, and so forth. It's time because the revenues will be good for Spokane. It means jobs and everything else that comes with that.
Absolutely. And I would just say this too. I think there are a lot of folks out there that are very much like me. They're limited government kind of people. They want government to be small and do only those absolutely necessary things. But and for some of them, they're opposing the stadium because they just don't think it should be built.
Right.
But the fact is, the stadium is going to be such a boon to our local economy by putting it in that central location. And for those who are voting maybe for A, whether it's out of spite or because of emotional sentimentality or whatever the reason, I hope they understand that when we put it in that Joe Albi, in that northwest corner of the town, hidden away, isolated, we're actually causing more taxpayer dollars to be spent because it has to be subsidized by taxpayers to operate. Because you can't attract enough events out to that corner of town.
Well, you lose the synergy with downtown
you
and all the other.
You lose the synergy. You lose so much. And so it's actually, I mean, if you accept that the money is going to be spent, the school bond will likely pass.
Right.
And if you accept that, then the absolute best option for folks who do believe that you know, government that's smaller is best is the downtown option.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. It makes the most sense. and it's going to be just amazing for Spokane. I don't know. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really excited.
Yes,
and so,
I think it's great, and I hope the people get out and vote. We only have a few more days left.
That's right.
The numbers are coming in pretty good in terms of the ballots coming in.
Yeah.
So that looks good. People are stepping up. That probably is attributable to the Lisa Kathy race and so forth. But there are a number of other races, open races, and so forth too. So I hope people do get out and vote, even if they don't vote the way I would like. I think it's our responsibility.
Voting is, and if you don't vote, you don't get to complain, in my opinion. So please,
I agree with you.
Cast your ballot, get it in by Tuesday.
Where can people get more information?
UnitedForSpokanesFuture.com, or they can look up the same on Facebook.
Okay.
We just, we've got the image of the rendering on both of those websites and the Facebook page, and we just love to have people check it out and inform themselves and make the best decision.
Let's be there.
That's right.
On Tuesday, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, thank you, Michael, for coming in. This is important for our community.
For the time.
It really is. We're going to have Shelly O'Quinn. She's going to talk about the old, new foundation here in Spokane right after this.
I'm Spokane registered nurse Stevie Lynn, and I trust Jeff Holey to know what Spokane's public safety needs are.
I'm Spokane firefighter Randy Marler, and I trust Jeff Holey to know what Spokane's public safety needs are.
Both as a Spokane police officer and our state representative, Jeff Holey has shown he knows what Spokane's safety needs are. That's why I'm supporting Jeff Holey for state senator.
Paid for by Jeff Holey for Senate, Republican.
Property tax. I'm Tom Konis, and I want to be your next Spokane County assessor. Property taxes are an area that affects our pocketbooks. Don't you want fair and equitable property tax assessments? I have 25 years' experience working in the assessor's office. I am supported by members of all political beliefs. Politics has no place in the assessor's office. Everyone needs treated the same. I'm Tom Konis, and I'm asking for your vote on November 6th.
Paid for by Tom Konis for assessor, Republican.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and the description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
The economy is getting stronger, banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams. It's the last day of October the 31st. It's Halloween. That wasn't why I invited you, Shelly.
I was going to say, wait a minute, Kent. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, where are we going with this, Kent?
Where are we
if it's in your, I could see it in your eyes. We're old friends. How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
I remember you from the Nethercutt Foundation and then GSI. Was it GSI in those days?
It was.
Okay. And then you had a little thing over at the county, like a commissioner or something like that. And then here you are. You joined as the CEO of the Community Foundation.
Correct.
But it's no longer called the Spokane Community Foundation, is it? And I'm going to let you say the name because I will screw it up. Okay.
We are now Innovia Foundation.
Okay.
Formerly Inland Northwest Community Foundation.
You got to tell me now, where does that come from?
I'd be happy to tell you, and I have to tell you how it even came about.
Yes.
So when I made the announcement that I was leaving the county and I was going over to the Community Foundation, I received a bunch of texts and emails from community leaders and folks that said, congratulations,
where are you going?
Yeah, okay.
And I said, how do they not know about the Community Foundation?
Yeah.
And I had worked at the Community Foundation 11 years prior to that. And so I was well aware of the work that they were doing.
Right.
I knew that they were an integral part of our community. And I was shocked that there were people that had no idea
Who should have
who we
probably
were.
known better.
Right, who should have
Yeah.
known better. And we've been around since 1974.
Right.
We were started by the Junior League.
Right.
With the
I think Gene Ager was involved back in those days.
Gene Ager was the
Yes.
first executive
Yes.
director.
Yeah.
And we started with a $15,000 fund, and we have grown to almost $130 million today.
That's like counting real money.
It's real money, and it has a real impact on the communities
Yeah.
that we serve. And so I was surprised at how many people
Yeah.
didn't know. And so when I started, I said, we have an opportunity
Yeah.
to tell our story, to tell why we do the work that we do for the 20 counties that we serve.
Right. So you come up with a name that no one's heard of.
So as part of this process, actually, we did not enter the process thinking we were changing the name.
Oh, okay.
We went down this path of working with our nonprofits, our donors, our board, our volunteers, and we involved over 50 people in this process of talking about who were we, who have we
Right.
been,
Right.
what have we done, who are we today, and where do we want
Where
to
do
be?
we want to go? Yes.
And we took all this information and ultimately came to the realization that everyone shortened Inland Northwest Community Foundation to INWCF.
Okay.
Well, what's an INWCF?
It doesn't mean anything to
There
most
was-
people.
The name of the foundation has changed 5 times
Yes,
since
yes.
since it started.
Yes.
And there was no connection to it, and no one remembered it. And so we realized that.
And even
in
when you
this
called it
process-
the Spokane Community Foundation, people didn't know.
they had no idea.
Yeah.
And so we decided we had an opportunity. We were going to have to explain a community foundation anyway, that we would select a name that actually had meaning to us and that was shorter and easier to remember.
Yes, yes.
And so Innovia stands for Innovative Way. The
okay.
INNO comes from innovate.
Yes.
It also reflects Inland Northwest. And via is the Latin word for way.
Okay.
And so it's Innovative Way. And in everything we do and how we serve our communities and transform our communities, we want to make sure it's done in that innovative
That's
way.
neat. That's neat. So what's the
Yeah.
process been? You had a big announcement in the newspaper and everything else. Well, I want to say, what, 4 or 5 months, 6
It was
months?
on June 5th.
June 5th, okay.
Yes, and
okay.
so we took from last summer through
Yes.
June
Right.
to work through this process with all of our volunteers, and launched on June 5th, and we've been going ever since. And
All
we've
right.
had this, we serve 20 counties, 10 in eastern
Okay.
Washington and 10 in North Idaho.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we distribute.
I had forgotten about the North Idaho.
We do,
Yes.
and we distribute almost $7 million a year in grants.
Wow.
To our region and beyond. And so we have a great impact in our community. We have a wonderful legacy that we are building on, and our goal is to be present in the communities that we serve, so
Right.
that we can know our communities and that we can work with those communities to transform them.
Well, nice, nice. Okay, there are a couple really good things coming up. One is Community Foundation, and you can still embrace that term a little bit, right?
Absolutely. We are
because,
a community
because you are,
foundation.
yeah.
Yes, we are.
There's a Community Foundation week across the country.
Yes.
And so what can we expect here in Spokane, Washington?
Community Foundation Week was started in 1989 by
Okay.
George H.W. Bush,
Okay.
as he wanted to celebrate the work of community foundations across the country.
Okay.
So we'll be joining over 795 community foundations.
Are there that many?
There are that
Wow.
many.
Okay.
Nationally, that will be celebrating the work that community foundations do. And the power of a community foundation is that it brings people together to
Yes.
work towards a common cause.
Right.
And so whether you have $5 or $5 million or somewhere in between,
Right.
it's the power of philanthropy and generosity
Right.
that can change a community.
And it's that collaboration of dollars and people.
Yep, it's the
when it comes down
collaboration
to it,
of
doesn't it?
dollars and peoples in
Yeah.
partnership with our nonprofit organizations and community partners as we transform our communities. And so Community Foundation Week is November 12th through 16th, and we will be highlighting the impact of the work that we have been doing in our
Right.
region and telling the stories
Right.
of why we do what we do. And then on November 15th, which is National Philanthropy Day,
Yes, yes.
we'll be hosting an open house at the foundation for folks to come through and
Gonna
to
have food and drink?
to celebrate.
All right,
our
well, I'm
nonprofits.
coming then.
Perfect.
No.
Stop by.
Well, and where are you today?
We are in the Paulson building.
Paulson. Okay, I wasn't
Yep.
sure because
Yep.
I know in the last 10 years or so, it's moved like once or twice, and I just wasn't sure where you were today.
We're in the Paulson Building, which is a beautiful historic building in our community.
Yeah, I love it. When we are so good about saving some of our old buildings here and repurposing them in Spokane. And I know when we have family and others that come to town, they're going, "Oh my gosh!" And where I live, Kent, they would have torn it down. Yep. You know, and so we really take care of our history here, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. I was on a site visit yesterday to Harrington.
Okay, yes.
And I toured their Opera House, which is a beautiful old historic building. I just have to put this plug in. If you haven't been to Harrington lately, take a little road trip. It's less than an hour from Spokane. They have a cute little coffee shop. They're restoring the beautiful old hotel.
Oh, wow.
They have a beautiful opera house that attracts folks from as far away as Montana and Canada to their shows.
Wow.
They have a wonderful website, and you can find all their upcoming shows, and it's one of the communities we serve.
All right, great. There's something after Thanksgiving, other than Black Friday, but comes a couple of days later. I think that Saturday is Small Business Saturday.
That's
and
correct.
then something happens on Tuesday. What is that?
Well, then there's Cyber Monday.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so we've Black Friday, Small Business Tuesday, Cyber Monday, and then 2012 they started Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
Which encourages folks to support their favorite nonprofits in their community. That has grown from raising $10 million nationally in 2012 to over $300 million last year.
Wow.
And so we have decided that we are going to celebrate and promote Giving Tuesday in our region and encourage folks that they have a role in transforming their local community, support their favorite nonprofits.
Right.
So we are encouraging everyone to...
So you become kind of a catalyst to get people off their duff and do something, essentially, right? Yeah.
Don't just spend money on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Remember us.
Save a little to give to other things that are important in the community. And we really do have a community that steps up.
Yes,
in so many ways.
Yes,
in so many ways. I think of United Way. I think of your foundation. I think of a number of other things that go on in Spokane. And somebody has a need, the community comes out and so forth. And that Tuesday, which would be the
It's November 27th.
The 27th would be a great opportunity to focus the day or two before. Think about who you might want to support. And most organizations have Facebooks and websites, and you can even do it from home,
yes,
right?
Yes, they can. And we are partnering with the United Way and Empire Health.
Okay.
All of our United Ways, actually, throughout our 20-county region.
Okay.
To promote Giving Tuesday and encouraging folks to go visit your favorite nonprofit. Take time during the month of November.
Yes.
It does not have to be on that Tuesday. Take time during the month of November to reflect on being thankful.
Yes, yes.
And to support someone else in our community.
Right. Yeah, and you're right. It's not just about giving money, but it's also stepping up and maybe finding out how you can volunteer too.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing really more precious than our time.
Exactly.
Even though we talk about dollars, and every organization needs dollars, and we get that, but also they need good volunteers and so forth as well. So it's a time to do some learning during November then.
It's the perfect opportunity to change lives.
All right. How can people get more information? A website?
We do have a website, Innovia.org.
Okay.
You can also find us on Facebook under Innovia Foundation.
Okay.
And we encourage folks to take a look at who we are, and if we can help people with their philanthropic giving, we're happy to.
Right, right. And you can help people that go and have dollars and they don't know what to do with it and need the professional advice and counsel of how to best invest that. I want to use the term not give away dollars, but we invest in our communities.
We invest in our communities.
Yeah, that to me is very important.
Yes,
Shelly, good to see you.
Oh, great to see you.
You just had hip surgery how long ago?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, and today's the first day with just one crutch.
With just one crutch.
All right. All right. Well, then you have me here, and so that really makes two, I guess.
That does.
It does.
Thanks, Ken. So
Thank
great
you.
to see you.
Good to see you, too. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to talk about something fun coming up in another week or so, and that's Startup Weekend right after this.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful. It needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
I'm Jade Becker, and I'm a senior at Chewelah High School. I'm at STCU's Money Live event. In this scenario that we played today, I was a realtor. My spouse was a city worker. We had an 11-month-old child, and there was a lot of spending for that child, like diapers and formula, and had to buy toys and clothing. I'm very glad that I had this experience. It was super helpful. You need this to get far and ahead in life. I'm Jade Becker, and STCU is here for good.
The following is sponsored by our friends and community supporters at McNeese Wheeler Attorneys. McNeese Wheeler is a boutique law firm in Spokane, handling matters in both Washington and Idaho. Areas of law include business law, wills, trusts and estates, family law, personal injury and wrongful death, and real estate matters. For your full-service legal needs, contact McNeese Wheeler Attorneys.
Welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams here, and I'm laughing because our tech guy says we got about 5, and I'm going, we don't have 5-minute commercial breaks. No, 5 seconds, Kent. Okay, so welcome back, and you've been on the other side, Megan, haven't you, with Startup Spokane?
Yes.
And you do that what, once or twice a month?
Twice a month.
Twice a month, yeah. And you brought
Kelly Nauman.
Okay. And Kelly, what is your responsibility?
I am the community manager at Startup.
Ah,
so
okay.
I manage our co-working facility and events and social media side of things.
All of that stuff.
Yep.
And that's so important today, isn't it? I mean, welcome to the 21st century. Everything is social media and electronics, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the way we get a lot of the word out about all of our events.
Yeah. Well, now you and Steve do the Startup Spokane here a couple times. We just talked about that. But you've got something that happens at least annually. Is it annually or twice?
It's once a year now.
Once a year now. Okay. And what is that? Because it's really important.
Yeah, Startup Weekend Spokane is an annual event. This year it is November 16th through the 18th, and it's an opportunity to really be a part of a team and create a business in 54 hours. And it is an amazing,
it seems like it's impossible,
experience.
but it has worked, hasn't it?
You know what?
There
it
are
really
great stories.
Has.
Yes.
It has. We've had a number of companies launch out of that, not only from Spokane Startup Weekend, but Startup weekends all over the world. Because it is a global event. In fact, Startup Weekend Spokane this year is actually hitting the end of Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is a week-long event celebrating entrepreneurship, the event, and education and events around that as well. So Startup Weekend is a great way to cap that off.
A decade or so ago, we didn't have anything like this, did we?
No.
I mean, you think about it. You mentioned, and I kind of alluded to the fact that some great businesses have been started. Can you bring up one or two?
Yeah, I'm actually going to let Kelly talk about a few of those. She's captured some great stories on our social media.
So one of them you'll probably have heard of is Spiceologist.
Yes.
And they're based out of here. They started out of Startup Weekend, so Pete Taylor was a part of that. And I have a little quote from him that he wanted to promote Startup Weekend with. And he says that, "I can say in full confidence that Startup Weekend was the catalyst to Spiceology's success. Launching a company in 54 hours may seem impossible, but we beg to differ." So, and then another one, you've heard of Zero Rose Spokane. So the owner of Zero Rose Spokane was also the co-founder of Beard Brand, which came together out of working at Startup Weekend.
And that has grown like crazy.
They are international at this point.
Yes. I mean, there's just two examples, and there are others because we've had others on our programs.
Lots of other companies.
Yeah, and it's great. And you know what I like in a lot of ways are some of the folks that you've had on your program who are young folks, the millennials that we often complain about, or that they're in their parents' basement or whatever. But there are some great stories and some real entrepreneurs coming from, I'm going to say 15, 16 and over.
Yeah.
Am I right?
And that's one of the great things about Startup Weekend
Yes.
is any age can participate.
Okay.
And some of our strongest participation has been from high school students. Last year, the competition was won with an idea of a 16-year-old out of River Point Academy.
Wow.
One of the first years out, the winning idea was from a 12-year-old.
Oh, gee.
So ideas and good ways to see the world are not age specific.
Right.
So we want all participants and all skill levels. You don't have to know anything. You don't even have to have your own idea about what the business is. We actually create the framework to allow it to happen.
Yes.
And so it works like this. On Friday, we have all these people come in. They have a lot of energy. We feed everybody dinner and get them talking and get them excited about the event. They pitch some ideas.
And nobody really knows the outcome.
That's right.
I mean,
so 30 or 40 ideas get thrown against the wall, and then they vote for the top 10, and then they form teams, and everybody gets to self-select. But it's really, we also have some mentors to help fill gaps and make sure that everybody has what they need to move their idea forward.
Right.
But we have the ability to basically put those teams together, put them through some workshops and some mentoring throughout the weekend, and help them. And by Sunday afternoon, they're ready to pitch those ideas in a formal 10-minute pitch. We have a really great panel of judges who give great feedback and in some cases have stayed involved with some of the teams after the weekend.
Right.
So
that's one of the things, Kelly, that really amazes me in Spokane, and I think it's part of our culture here. We talked about giving in the previous show and supporting and being involved. The mentorships that happen here in Spokane, I probably would be hard-pressed to find people who have gone out and found somebody and said, would you help me with my idea and so forth. It seems like everybody responds in a positive way in this community to help get something, even if there's nothing in it for them. Right. Except to help people. Am I right?
Yeah, Spokane's a small town feel like that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of mentors that work with us just at Startup Spokane.
Right.
But Startup Weekend, they come out in the masses to help.
Right.
It's just a nice community feeling, and people like watching other people succeed. So
yeah, isn't that the truth? It really is. Okay, so it's coming up on the 16th, 17th,
November 16th, 17th,
and 18th. And then soon after that, I'm going to guess that you might have on the Startup Spokane show a couple people from that, right?
We always highlight the top companies, yes.
That was kind of a safe guess, okay?
Yeah. And then we actually support those teams too moving forward. And from last year, I think 5 of the teams have actually continued to work on their idea in some way or another.
Good.
And one of them, which wasn't actually one of the top 3 winning ideas, actually has already received some grant funding. And they are working on making that into a real business.
Right. Okay, so it's time to call for action, and that is, how can people help?
Well, we want people to participate.
Okay.
So like we said, you don't have to have any experience. We just want people.
Is there a cost involved?
It's $40 for the whole weekend,
and
you get all of your meals covered in that price. So
that doesn't even cover the food,
right,
okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
So yes.
Especially for the young kids.
Right. And if you can't make it the whole weekend and you just want to come to watch the pitches, it's $10 on Sunday with dinner to come and watch and support the team. So it's definitely worth it either way. But you can go to our website, Startup Spokane or StartupWeekendSpokane.com.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page, Startup Weekend Spokane. All of the social media platforms, we're on those. So we also have 2 boot camps. If people are interested in participating in the Startup Weekend, we have 2 boot camps.
So before the event?
Before the event, just to kind of, if you do feel like you want to be more prepped.
But I want more information.
Yeah.
And those are optional.
Those are optional, and they're free. One is this Saturday, November 3rd in Coeur d'Alene, if you live farther out, and then the next Saturday on the 10th in Spokane. Okay. So those are on our website as well.
All right. Once again, the website is?
StartupWeekendSpokane.com.
All right. Thank you. This is fun.
Yeah.
I just love seeing new businesses and new ideas. And I was telling someone the other day, I'm proud of some of our interns that we've had here that are going on and now getting out into the business. It's fun seeing other people succeed. It really is. And I think that's what we're about here in Spokane. I really think we have that philosophy.
We're very fortunate.
Yeah, we are. Thank you, ladies. This is going to be fun. And we'll be back next week with another program on the Pulse of Spokane. Have a safe Halloween tonight. Don't eat too much candy. Take care.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by Spokane Talks Media, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Breakthrough Incorporated and Homes for You. Ask a question, recommend a guest, and hear this program again online anytime at SpokaneTalksMedia.com. We wish you a great day.